A few behavioural patterns of a narcissist when they realise it's game over, when they're losing their touch and no longer have that knack of being able to manipulate you because you've wised up to their games or got some form of outside help, or you've just simply had enough. Narcissistic people are very self-entitled, they're very exploitative, they're very envious, they lack empathy, they have the arrogance to believe that they are always right and believe that they are special. So it offends them when people no longer live life on their terms. And when they realise it's game over, they can react in many different ways depending on the narcissist you are dealing with. Dealing with a narcissistic person in general is incredibly emotionally draining, and when they lose control, it can still be emotionally draining, and they do tend to follow similar patterns of behaviour. One of the first of these is they might just begin to discredit you in some way. When they feel that their sense of control is slipping away, they might resort to discrediting you, to spreading rumours about you, half-truths to smear your name, projecting their own insecurities onto you to create self-doubt within you. So when you're wanting to do something such as a promise you made to a family member or a friend or a child, and the narcissist is feeling like they're being abandoned, so they're trying to guilt trip you into staying. They're going to come out with something they had special planned for you, or start claiming, well, if they're more important to you than I am, to get you to feel bad and stick around and wallow in their self-pity with them. They're going to go all out to try and guilt trip you, or to place that fear into you. They might fall silent on you, they might start sulking to get you to feel bad or fear the atmosphere when you return home. They might threaten you with, oh, well, don't expect me to do this for you, to try to control you. And when these no longer work with you, when you're just, enough is enough, I said I was going to do this, I made a promise, you're an adult, I'll be back at such and such a time, and they get offended, they're going to start accusing you of being selfish, of being stubborn, of being awkward, of not caring about them. To guilt you even more, they're going to escalate their games. They're going to try and discredit your motives, discredit your intentions, to get you on the defensive. They're going to use you doing simple everyday things that in a healthy, normal relationship with a parent, child, a husband, wife, partner, sibling, friend, people do. But in a narcissistic relationship, they want control. They're going to use these things to play the victim to others, to smear your name, to say, oh, after all I've done for them, and they wouldn't do this one little thing with me. They were too busy going out and getting drunk. They were too busy doing this. And it's usually exactly what the narcissist is actually up to. They just twist it and blame everything on you. They want to create that self-doubt in you to maintain control over you, to tarnish your reputation, to create that self-doubt, to isolate you from people, and to emotionally drain you. Gaslighting and manipulation, which they use in general throughout the relationship. However, when they feel like control is slipping, they are going to double down on that gaslighting. When they face the realization that it's game over and their manipulation is no longer working, they're going to double down and intensify their tactics, especially gaslighting, distorting your reality, your perception of events, to get you to doubt your memory, doubt your instincts, doubt your sanity. This is when they're probably going to come out and accuse you of being crazy or going crazy. They're going to deny things. They're going to shift the blame over to you. They're going to create confusion. They're going to erode your self-esteem so that they can remain in control of the situation. Some narcissistic people, when they feel like they're losing control, might just go all out to play nice, offering that intermittent reinforcement, breadcrumbing you, dropping those little subtle hints of false hope, promising you things, or delivering on one or two of the easier promises they made, and then telling you that, oh, they're just been going through a hard time at work and you understand them, don't you? And yes, you'll do it at the weekend, and making sure they do actually do it at the weekend. So you think, oh, right, yeah, we're back on track. We were just going through a rough patch, because relationships do have rough patches. Healthy relationships have their ups and downs. Unhealthy relationships are abusive. And a narcissistic person will make out that their abusive behaviour is just up and down, when it's not. Abuse is abuse. There is no excuse. And they will escalate their emotional abuse. They will belittle, they will demean, they will criticise, they will scrutinise, they will exploit any vulnerability within you that they can. Again, they will intensify this behaviour. They will use the things you care about the most against you, and it is intentional. They're doing it to hurt you, to punish you, because they know this is going to get you on the defensive. These are the things you're going to most passionately defend. So they might start threatening you and intimidating you. Things such as you'll never see the children again, to create that sense of fear and dread in you, so that they can regain control over you by attacking the things you care about, by attacking your self-esteem, by attacking your emotions such as fear, by attacking your personal boundaries. Narcissistic people reclaim that sense of control over you. Devaluation and discard, part of their gaslighting and their emotional abuse and their discrediting, is all them devaluing who you are as a person, so that you don't feel like you're enough, so that you don't feel like you deserve to be treated any better. They might suddenly create distance. They might suddenly start doing disappearing acts, ghosting you, getting you to panic about them because you care about their welfare, getting you to contact their friends and family to see if they've heard from them because you care. Meanwhile, the narcissist who is discrediting you is smearing your name and telling whoever you're getting in touch with that you're obsessed with them and they've tried so hard to help you. They're gaining the validation that their behaviour is in the right when it's not, it's in the wrong, but they're not telling people the full story. They're gaslighting those people to get away with their behaviour. So they're going to devalue you, they're going to provoke arguments so that they can shift all the blame onto you, and most likely they'll find a new source of supply to fill their ego, to validate them. And within that new supply, they get to smear you, validate themselves, and then they will discard you to punish you for daring to not live life on their terms. And they will discard you in some of the most horrific ways because it makes them feel like they're in control. It gives them that sense of superiority, that they're better than you. When you've not been rejected by them, you've been redirected onto something better. The new supply, as hard as it is to swallow at the time when you're going through it, has done you a massive favour. It's a learning curve. It's not pleasant. However, if you had the ability to survive the relationship, you will survive the recovery. Hoovering is another one, a bit like that intermittent reinforcement. Now they can hoover while you're in the relationship. They can hoover after they've discarded you. They can hoover after you've left them. The term hoover comes from the brand vacuum cleaner, because a narcissist simply comes along to suck you back into their games with those false promises of change, with the future fakes, with the love bombing, to suck you back in. And once they've got you back in, they're going to treat you like dirt, and then they're going to discard you all over again. And they can also come on strong with that false remorse, how they've suddenly seen the light, and they'll never treat you in that way again until they repeat their behaviour time and time again. They can come at you with a fake illness to gain that sympathetic attention, to suck you back in, so that they can keep you where they want you. And silence is another form of control with a narcissist. You'll often notice a narcissist will do to you the very things that they know hurt them. Because they know it hurts them, that is why they do it to you. So if you're dealing with a narcissist that's never fallen silent on you, they're not going to be offended when someone falls silent on them. They deploy that tactic because they know it hurts them. So when they're losing control of you, they might just fall silent on you to try and get you to pander to them, to chase them. And when you don't, some narcissistic people will remain silent. They'll still blame you, they'll still shame you, they'll still spread rumours about you. They'll get their flying monkeys and enablers to contact you, because then you don't want to seem like you're smearing their name or sound like a terrible person. So you're more likely, when a flying monkey comes along and says, oh, the narcissist is really missing you after all they've done for you, you're more likely then to either sound like the narcissistic one by saying, hey, yes, but they did this, this, this and this, because that flying monkey doesn't believe you, because they're sucked into the narcissist illusion. Or you're likely to go back because you don't want to be thought of as a bad person, when the flying monkey will realise in their own time, just it's not your issue anymore, as hard as that can be. So some narcissistic people will just fall silent on you. There's lots of different patterns of behaviour a narcissist might follow when they fear that that control is slipping away from them. Any you notice, please add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, we do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of books out on Amazon, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Have No Contact, and a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. I'll link those into the description if you'd like to go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.